All right. Well, thank you again, folks. You were just terrific. Now,
we ran out of time
are
again.
you cold enough and tired enough, or would you like to do a little open mic? Because I would like to give you a chance to talk about what's going on. So many exciting things going on at Chapman.
Yeah, well, first of all, on the DACA issue.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to it. All right, okay.
Chapman does not check the citizenship status of our students, and we actually work very actively to make sure that every student that has applied or is in our university will be able to complete their work. So I want to make very clear that Chapman is DACA friendly. Is kind of a silly expression, but we support all of the students. Our job is to make them
So what would happen if
successful.
an ICE agent came in and said, we suspect this student's, you know?
We don't keep records of citizenship of students. So first of all, we wouldn't be able to have the data. We don't have.
So you would be unhelpful, and Trump would say you're a sanctuary.
We would
college.
obey any legal order. That's what I can say.
Right.
You know, if we get an injunction or subpoena, we would obey that. Other than that, we wouldn't.
But you wouldn't be
we wouldn't be volunteering.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be volunteering.
Okay.
As I said, we don't have the names. So if you're even after the show, you say, "Well, Daniele, how many DACA students do you have?" We don't have those numbers. We don't want to have those numbers. We don't think that that's relevant when a student applies. What we look at is their academic qualification, their leadership qualities, their essay that they write, the recommendation from their teacher, the high school ranking. A big basket of things, and where they were born and what the country they're citizen of is not part of that basket. So that's since you were asking, since we are talking about this, I want to make sure that that we put this on the table. Now, in terms of the rest of Chapman, we are doing great. We just had our new 5-year plan approved, and the plan includes a new School of Engineering that will open in a couple of years, 2020. We're going to inaugurate officially our new beautiful Keck Center for Science and Engineering October 11. We're going to have a big event for the community. We are growing our programs at the Rancor campus in the health sciences. And we are really launching what we like to call the Chapman experience, which is really a way of rethinking the entire process by which we interact with our constituencies to make sure that they get the very best possible experience interacting with Chapman. We want to make sure that people want to come to Chapman, and that's already happening. We have 15,500 applications for about 1,600 spots. We want to make sure that they're happy when they're there, and they are, because we have great retention and graduation rates, way above our class. And we want to make sure that they remain connected with us after they leave, through alumni association, through their children when they grow up. So that's a very important part. And we are going to launch a comprehensive campaign, a $500 million comprehensive campaign. And so everybody who's in the audience here can begin an early contribution. I'm going to ask my friend here to be the first. As a poet, I don't know what we can count on that.
You mentioned during our discussion the westward expansion of the United States is over. To some extent is now, the last 20 years or so at Chapman have been spectacular with the expansion of the university. I think you said something recently suggesting maybe that's coming to an end.
Well, we are flattening our growth at the undergraduate level. In fact, this year we're going to take less students than we took last year on purpose. That will also help us constantly increase the quality of the student we are getting. And the new growth will only come from the new School of Engineering. So if you look at the entire campus in terms of undergraduate, we are not going to grow at all, and we're going to have just the new students.
So the neighbors love you now.
Well, that's a little stretch, but let's say that we have a friendly relationship with some bumps here and there.
Okay, great. And Dr. Gomez, you are very involved in the community. What are some of the things you're working on?
Well, I'm really interested. UCI is developing a whole new initiative for micro. It's called it's going to be the Museum Arts for California Artists, which is really a really amazing thing that's going to be going on. Right now, my work with the Orange County Community Foundation is, I think, really prominent for me because, when we were talking about sanctuary state, you have to understand that when they have the police working hand in hand with ICE, you're destroying the confidence that those communities have in their very police for calling them, for relying on them for help. The destruction of trust and the division with regard to us and them, so to speak, is one of the biggest problems that I believe we have now within our society because of the gridlock, the polarized politics, the inability to get anything done, including DACA. I mean, which should have been done, right? Could have been done, but wasn't done because of this polarization and the fact that we're running into now another election. But I think the work of individual organizations and universities and your show, candidly, I think these kinds of efforts are essential for face-to-face communication, for understanding the human dimension of what some of these abstract policies are all about and how they affect people.